going on throughout the month of May. We had Croker on the show earlier talking about the Blades. We are going to now bring on my dude, who's going to be at the game tonight, along with his son working, and he's walking in like he means business. Ladies and gentlemen, get up for Curtis Anderson! Look at that!
You spent 20 minutes talking about how there are no mistakes and no villains. Well, here I am. What's up, Gary? This is one hell of a setup. I am so impressed with this place.
I was expecting way more of a heel push there. You went from about to go straight heel. I mean, then you just went nice.
No, that was my. Good. I'm done. I'm just in awe of what you've done with this
Isn't
place.
It incredible.
As someone who came up through the cable TV,
Wayne's World, man.
Like this is how you do it. This is where connections start, man. Like, you know,
that
you
means
just
a lot
it does. You build it and you go, and it might not be perfect, and there may be some issues, and you might not have batteries in your pack sometimes. But
I love how I just threw it at you.
Just
like,
go.
Hey, floor director.
And unless you've done live television, like you don't understand the energy. You don't understand the show must go on attitude and philosophy that comes with it. So congratulations, episode 22.
It does mean a lot. Again, coming from a guy. How many strip downs have you done?
We're on episode like 260.
That's insanity.
And it's the same vibe. If you show up and you've got a million things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
But
and you embrace it. I've watched a lot of your episodes.
You run with the things that go right.
Yeah. And you're so good at that because with Stripped Down, again, it's not like you just have 3 microphones. You have cameras, you have the mics, you have anything can go wrong at any time. And every single time, you're always just have that straight face and you just keep that straight tone.
Well, you surround yourself with good people and people smarter than you, which is also what you've done here.
Exactly what I did.
And that's that's how you succeed.
And I was just wondering, like, did we know, like, was Croker coming through on the air and I just didn't have my earpiece working?
I don't know.
I wonder. I can't wait to go back and watch the tape.
I could tell what he was saying. He was saying that, go Blades, go, Game 7. Woo, let's go, Saskatoon Center, and I'm going to be in the parking lot after, finding the greatest car air freshener, going car to car. Going to find the greatest
best air freshener
in Saskatoon Center parking lot after the game. That's my.
It's a great Croker impression.
That's my Croker.
I love it.
I used to work with him.
Now I was going to say,
I cherish those days.
Croker and I are both huge fans of yours, and we always talk about how much we love you because if you are in the sort of local media scene, as we 3 have been for a long time, you do cross paths a lot, and
it's incestuous.
And
we're all helping each other out.
But that's the thing is, like, I spent most of my time being an outsider, as I'm like a very big introvert and an extrovert sort of business. So I didn't really get to know, I barely knew Croker until we both got that go. And then I reached out to him after basically 2 months was my time when I sort of got rid of all my fog and started to get back on track. So I gave him 2 months, and then we sat down, and then we sort of connected again, and we became like buddies. But it's like weird how these guys you've watched from afar and like you're always fans of, but you never really reach out to. Like, we're Stripped Down. Like, you've been doing that forever. And I watch all those.
That's how I felt with you, because I'd listened to you on the radio and loved KD and me. I was like, this guy has such good vibes. Like, what's his deal? Who does he remind me of? And then we have mutual friend Colton Wall.
Big C.
And that was literally where I was like, okay, well, Gary's a good guy, even if I've never met him, because Colton Wall doesn't like anyone, and he loves you.
Yeah, that's my guy.
So you've got to be like next level nice,
so kind of you.
Right? And I think the first time I ever saw you, you were hosting some event. There was some like big thing at Prairie Land Park. You were the MC. I think the Sportsnet guys were there, and I was just there with the camera, kind of behind the scenes, catching it. And you ran by me, you stopped, like you're going up to the mic to introduce On Right, and those guys, you stopped, you go, Colton Wall, and then you went up and did your thing, and I was like,
just a name drop.
Just phenomenal.
I love that.
And we've been pals ever since.
That's it, man. And
this is just like...
You can't fake this, is the point. Is if you're going to go live, like most people in this situation off a start like we had would have just fallen apart. They would have been like, oh my God, like restart. Can we go? Can we try it again? It's like, no, man, you just embrace it and go with it. Like we got to show Croker's dog, one of the most beautiful dogs in the world. We got to show his beautiful child. We got to show his beautiful face. You know, that's a win right there for me.
And he was just going to shill anyway. So,
yeah,
right?
That's it.
So it's now, like, Saskatoon Center is almost sold out. We don't need Croker telling us to go there.
This is what I was going to say.
He's done the work.
You can be the guy now that gets us ready for the big game tonight. Man, Game 7, probably going overtime, as like 5 of the first 6 did. Mm-hmm. You said close to, last I heard, what, like 2,000-ish left? Like over 12,000 now, I think, tonight?
Yeah, it's like over 13. I just checked before. Geez. Yeah,
it went up again. That's insanity.
It's going to be huge tonight. I've been doing camera for 13, 14 seasons. I don't even know. And again, if Croker was here, he'd probably call me on it because he would be. But
He's
I
a
think
fact
this
checker.
is the furthest I've ever seen the Blades go.
I'm pretty sure
season.
that
You know,
this is
again,
the
if he was
farthest.
here, he'd be like, well, actually, May 3rd, 2011, they made it to the.
He is
you
a
know,
stats guy.
I know, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't.
You got me.
I
But
don't
you were
even-
there for all of them.
I've been
Right?
there a
Like,
lot.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been a lot of seasons.
Between that and mixing with the Rush, how many events do you think you've done at the Saskatoon Center?
God, well, 13 seasons of Blades, and how many seasons of the Rush? They started 2018, 2017.
And you've been there since
I've
the
been
start?
there since the start.
No
yeah.
way. So you've seen a
Except
bunch of
the dark days of
guys coming.
COVID lockdown. Speaking of villains, was there a bigger villain in our lifetime than COVID
Hey,
lockdowns?
we don't talk about any of that here. So
No,
no
what?
politics, no religion. That's how we keep such a good vibe, and that's very political.
I don't
so-
know if any of COVID's anyone's religion, but
Well, it could be political. I bet
That's
just
true.
a lot of politics.
I
in
wasn't
there.
saying yay or nay to COVID.
Of course not.
I was
Nope.
just,
and that's why
just
we.
bringing it up, but it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone.
And that's it.
Happier things. My NWO shirt. Go.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Your favorite member?
Of NWO?
Yeah.
Ooh. Does Shawn
Tough one.
Michaels count? Because he was in the NWO in
Yeah, with the
WWE,
Yeah.
right when it became the WWE.
Yeah.
Probably. You know, like I love Scott Hall,
Yeah.
but
bad
there's
guy.
something so fun about Kevin Nash, because as much of a like jerk people think he is, and how he just came in, took money, and
that
left.
is such a baller move.
You got to take a step back and be like, here's a guy who's rich.
Yep.
He's healthy.
Yep.
And he doesn't care.
And he did it his way, man.
He did it right.
He did it his way, and that
He's
was the
like
thing.
the WWE. He's like wrestling's Frank Sinatra.
Totally.
He truly
Oh,
did it his way.
That's a great example.
You know, and you see these other guys in these comic conventions who are just like so much heart,
Oh.
but they're just beat up.
Yeah.
You know, and they're taking my
got nothing.
$7.25 for an
Yeah.
autograph because they
Ugh.
need it.
Ugh.
And Kevin Nash is in his match and drinking wine, being like,
Doing
"It's
it right.
fake. Who cares?
Yeah, man.
Why are you going out there doing all that stuff? They already paid. They're here.
We got a
Big
guy.
boot power bomb. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. That's his match. That's how
Right?
he went. We got a guy from the original. So 14 years, I guess 15 years ago now, the Kyle and Gary Super Awesome Podcast was the name of the show we started. And Big C was our wrestling guru on that show. So he was a member of that team too. But Kyle, like the Kyle in the Kyle and Gary, the first name of that podcast that ignited this entire dream here. This was all built off of that, again, 15 years ago. I always say, whenever anyone asks, so is Kyle on the show yet? And I say, no, man, he's taking the WCW route and he's just staying home and collecting the paychecks. So that's what he's been doing since the start. His name was literally here. He built the place, but he just stays home just like Kevin Nash and the boys.
Right?
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Did you see the Minnesota Timberwolves in their basketball game last night played the NWO Wolfpack theme? Don't turn your back
I'd
on the
imagine.
Wolfpack.
There hasn't been
wound
good
up in a
music since
body
the
bag.
late 90s, so I imagine everybody.
That was going to be my next one, your favorite theme song.
Oh, favorite wrestling theme song.
It's a tough one.
I got-
I know you're an HBK guy.
I know, but I am such of the age of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Like in 1999 and like the late 90s, I was young, angry white man. So it was just like, I am finally, someone's marketing to me. And I would have loved to wear my DX shirt at Woodstock 99. It wasn't meant to be, but I think the DX theme song, to be honest, just it may not be the best wrestling theme song, but for where I was in my life, I was like, it's time for me to rebel too. I hate my mom's basement. You know, I hate being a teenager. Everything's the worst.
I can tell you how big that was. So high school football, Aiden Bowman Collegiate, I believe I was in grade 11, so it would have been senior team.
Yep.
We went to our good buddy Jeff Peterson's house and we recorded the DX theme. All we had was a drum set, a bass, and a guitar, and
all you need.
and we recorded it like on a ghetto blaster in
Yeah.
the basement, and we blasted that thing before every game. So it was like a pirated bootleg version of three dudes playing it horribly. But the theme song was so over that we blasted it to pump up our high school football team before we go out for games. That's how big that theme was.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a ripoff of Rage Against the Machine, which is what makes it so great.
Yeah.
And I
Big
can't
time.
remember who's the singer. He rest in peace. He passed.
Of that band?
What was that guy's name? The guy like the DX
Yeah,
band.
he looked just like Zach De La Roca too.
Yeah.
That was the weird part.
Yeah.
He had like the dreads and the
passed
whole
away.
thing. I didn't know he passed. That's sort of sad.
Yeah, I remember putting that on social media when he passed. I said, well, who's going to make my theme song now? When I become a pro wrestler, which is like super funny, but then what's his face from the Ultimate Power Duo were like, do you really want a theme song? Like, I was like, no, dude, there's no payday here. Settle down. I was being funny. Back off.
But you probably should get one.
I could have walked on with one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
I
But
thought you
today
were
may
going
have not
to.
been the day.
You had the strut.
Today
You were strutting.
Yeah.
You bring up local wrestling. Tell me about one of my biggest regrets is not being able to do color with you. You asked me numerous times, and each time I had some garbage crap
You
come
and
up that I
Clayton.
couldn't get out.
You and Clayton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it too?
No, he couldn't do it.
No, that's
So
what I mean.
had
He
to
bailed
go-
on you too.
I found my guy, though. I found
Waddy.
my guy.
Waddy, best
Well,
friend of the show.
No, I did it with Waddy, too. And he was good.
Love
he was
Waddy.
okay.
I got to actually
But
get a hold of him.
wrestling commentary, I hate to use cliches, but it's like a dance, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to keep setting each other up or it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
The first one I did it after I went through all the lists and you guys all told me no.
I was saying that first too. I was the worst one because I was like, yeah, for sure. And then I had crap come up.
So,
I
nice
felt so bad.
guy. I won't say his name. Love him to death. He's like a brother. Not my brother, but, he's someone's brother. I was like, so just feed off me. I'll go, okay? I know what I'm doing. I'll just feed off me. I'll kind of be the bad guy, and you stand up for the wrestlers.
Yeah.
So the first guy comes down to the ring, and I'm like, oh, this guy, whoa, what a chump. This guy sucks,
Heel, classic heel.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's going to get beat right away. What do you think? And he's like, yeah, maybe. And I'm like,
Oh.
so now I just look like a jerk. I'm just burying this wrestler for no reason. I was like, sorry, man.
So now,
And then
again, did you work off of that? Did you win it back?
it was just me tap dancing
it.
for. I tried to watch it back, and after 20 minutes, I was sick of me. So I was just trying to care, But sometimes you dealt that hand, right?
Man, this is
In the
whole
second
point
half,
of
there
this.
was one of the female wrestlers walking to the ring, quite attractive, and I said, I don't want to say she's pretty, but I miss her when I blink. And he goes, oh, she's that quick, is she? Like, just fade to black. Fade to black, Where was the no audio? Where was the no audio that day?
I want some credit for the fact that he took it from her being beautiful to her just being so quick, like the Flash. That's a whole different dynamic I wouldn't have even thought of.
That's where his head went. Okay.
You know,
All right, yeah.
like
I never
get
even
both
thought about it
sides.
like
yeah,
that.
That's crazy. Like I would have been caught off guard for sure. But like maybe, and then
I did it with Waddy once, and that was great.
I love Waddy.
That was a rough night though because there was a guy that legitimately got hurt.
Oh no!
And he was throwing a
The
fit.
X went up.
And Waddy thought it was part of the show, and he kept
Oh,
talking. Like, maybe let's
no.
not talk about that. He's
Oh man! And how
But
are you
again,
supposed to know though, right?
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Again, I like to say it all the time. We all learn from these things, right?
Yes.
We learn as
It's-
we go, and it's not a mistake if you learn from it. So
I
each
was-
time, like I can tell you now, Noah and I, we're going to spend a lot more time next time when LB is in here getting all this stuff ready
Yeah.
because we learn from it.
One time we were kicking off Strip Down, episode 1, season 11. I think we had just come back from the COVID break.
Okay.
And it's like, we got Earl Pereira here. So we're like, I do my
Earl.
intro. I'm like, you're watching Strip Down. It's Curtis Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off season 10. Earl Pereira.
Oh no!
That didn't feel good. So we, it was kind of let's just fade to black for a second.
This is what I was gonna say. So how do
put
you
up
get
the
out?
old-
How do you get out of something like that?
Well, again, we were live, so we literally were just like, we'll be back. We put up color bars that said stand by, and it was like, what happened here? Because we did a run through, and the audio was fine, and it's just, there's sometimes
the
stuff
gremlins,
fails.
man, they just
Sometimes there's
happen.
gremlins.
Well, dude,
Sometimes
we had
you
you-
don't have batteries in your pack.
Yeah, and we had you up and on here before. So
We
it's not
did a
like-
test.
That's what I mean.
We
So
did
it
our
just
due
happened.
diligence.
That's why you can't be mad at it. So again, Noah, you're my dude, man. You're crushing it. It's all good. I got one more guy here. We're gonna get to this guy before we head out. Oh, you can't? Well, no. We gotta talk about the actual game tonight. Him and I, we can't talk about it. You know stuff about it. Your name's Coach, for heaven's sakes. You want to do the three-way? But then we have to move the camera over. Yeah. Hey, anything else you want to throw out there?
Oh,
What
I'm
do you-
done. You're kicking me off? Okay.
Well, we
I
got to
was
talk about Game
I was
7
just getting,
tonight.
no, that's okay. The real guest here. I get it. That's fine.
Dude, we were supposed to, okay, so just so everyone knows at home, the schedule was supposed to be, off the start, it was going to be Uncle Mike, and then it was going to be Croker, and then it was going to be you to close the show.
Yep.
And then we tested out that, and we said, okay, we can Zoom now with Croker because it works. And we went there, and then it didn't work.
We got
so
video.
then we brought you
That was
in.
pretty impressive.
And we brought him in.
Right.
Yeah, we got a video. We got to see Mo and Kipper.
We
It was great.
We got right there.
Yeah.
We're right at the line.
Right close. And then we got you in here, and now I feel like this would have been the end of the show.
Do you think he was messing with us and he was just going like,
I hope so. Were you watching? Could you hear him at all? You weren't watching either? Oh, is Usher here? No. Oh, you're such a tease. The greatest thing that ever come out of Moose Jaw, besides the Mad Greek. Those signs, by the way, were really funny.
what sign?
The signs at the last game, the Blades game 5, I guess it would have been. the guys in the blue suits. Did you see the blue suits with the signs? Weren't you taking the camera pictures?
No, actually, funny thing.
Come on.
I thought I
Why
was
you were
working
confused
and
here.
I was not.
Now I'm.
So I
okay.
got there and I went to get my camera, and some jabroni already had it, and I was like,
Who's got my
I was
camera,
like,
brother?
what the hell, SaskTel Center? And they were like, oh, I thought you'd still be on the road, because I was on the road shooting the SJHL
Yes,
series.
you were.
And it was supposed to go to Game 7, but it stopped in Game 6, so I rushed home to be able to work
Oh,
the
so that's why
Friday
they covered for you. And
for
then you were there.
Blades,
Yeah.
and they're like, we already replaced you, because we didn't think you were coming.
Yeah.
So I went and got some beer, and I sat in the crowd, and I went to the office,
experienced it.
and I just walked in like I owned the place, and I got some poster board and some markers, and I made my, Moose Gnaw Warriors sign. I was pretty proud of that. I mean,
That smiles, that says it all. It makes,
that's comedy everyone can enjoy.
to make him
right?
laugh is very hard to do, and you got to smile.
Right.
So that's pretty good.
So you were at the Flin Flon game?
I was at the Flin Flon game, yep.
So that was a huge upset.
Flin Flon was a huge upset. We thought we were going to go home after Game 4. I mean, Melfort up 3,
3-0.
and then Flin Flon just came
All the way
fighting back.
But weren't they, Flin Flon was like number 1 the whole
Yep. Yep.
I'm not
Hey, just because you're number 1 doesn't mean you're successful. Right? There's lots of variables that go into that. But yeah, Flin Flon wanted it bad. They figured it out, and it was such a fun series. But I'm happy it went back to Game 6, and Melfort could win in Melfort, because there's something really sad about
Losing at home?
But yeah, like I was
Oh.
like, I don't know if you guys want to
Yeah.
win in Flin Flon. It's a tough town.
Very tough.
You know?
For sure. And I just getting back to the signs real quick. Your sign was hilarious. The blue man. There's that green man. We had the blue man for the Blades there.
Yeah,
and they
we
had the Mad Greek isn't very good, and there was one like Al Capone wasn't that tough or something like that. Like pretty witty signs. And I thought you were working the camera there. So,
No.
but your boar one was. What was it again, real quick?
The Moose Gnaw Warriors, and I have to give a little bit of credit to Amelia who works there, because I was just gonna have Moose Jaw Warriors, and she was like, "Hold on, we got to take this next level. Instead of jaw, how about
That's it.
gnaw?"
I love Amelia.
I was
Amelia,
like,
if you
girl.
ever see this, I love you and I miss you greatly. Yeah, 'cause
She may be busy right now.
Yeah, I guess
she may be busy.
prepared a little bit, eh? But
It's
she
gonna
was
be the one
my
day she's
handler.
not watching. She was your handler.
She was my handler when I was doing the PA stuff. Over
Yeah,
there.
right.
So
yeah,
Amelia
yeah.
that was my
Yeah.
bro. That was my dude right there.
Yeah,
Big fan.
She's good people.
Okay. Do you ever want to come back here? You feel like you had fun?
I feel like we're just getting started, but
Oh, I
okay,
like
here
this.
comes the big hook.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're looking to do pregame stuff at the local wrestling. Is what I was going to get at as well.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. So I think June 29th is when we're aiming for.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like
so
this coming up.
We'll be,
But what do you mean we're gonna be like? What do we?
I don't know. I'm just saying we'll be talking.
Okay.
I'm going to get you on way before that.
All right.
We'll get you. Like your kid works here, so you can come here anytime. You're part of the team now.
Okay, I
So,
appreciate that.
This is good. Hey, you guys, give it up for Curtis Anderson, all right? There we go.
All right.
Thank you so much. That's great. All right, and now I go ISO Cam 3. Look at this. ISO Cam 3. And
Well,
then
I'm
come head
gone.
on. Look at that. Well, like, your arm's in there a little bit, but you're good. All right. There it is. Live, man. We're live. I love this. So we still don't know if we got Croker on the air, but we got a guy right now who knows hockey. Coach, get up here. I've been bugging him all day. I was trying to get him to Zoom. I was trying to get him in for pre-tapes, and he's the busiest guy in the world. And I have no idea how you showed up here. You must have pissed someone off by leaving early. No, and I don't mean, I mean like family or baseball. Obviously not work ever.
You
want me to join
back in? I'll use Maggie Cam. I'll get down
Well, we haven't even done Maggie Cam yet. Hold on. Margaret, come here. You know what? Let's pay some bills here. I was talking to Mike today, and Mike is the dude over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. And by the dude, I mean literally the only guy there. So it's Mike, and then it's Rochelle, and it's Kirsten, and it's Shar, and it's Chris over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Just go for it. We'll get Fluffy Butt Cam. That's the Fluffy Butt Cam underneath the swag cam. As there she comes. Hey, the Maggie Ultimate Warrior Cam for our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Again, the